Hey everybody, my name is Danny Fergan and this is my wife Kansas.
This past weekend, we celebrated something pretty exciting in our marriage. 10 years ago, we said I do. And so this weekend, we decided to do something a little bit different.
A lot of people go on their 10-year anniversary trip and they go away without the kids to someplace fun to have alone time together. But this weekend we wanted to do something fun and to spend time with our kids.
Right, because most of the time when we go on trips and vacations, we end up saying, oh, I wish the kids were here, this would be so much fun. And the reality is, in this season of life, we want to spend as much time as we can with our kids. Although, we value alone time and we did get to go on a date, but the majority of our weekend was spent with our kids having fun and reminiscing. And so we did just that. The first place we decided to go was the location of where we got married. We live only about an hour and a half away, and it's on Lake Okoboji.
And this place is really special to us because when Kansas and I first started dating, we went here all the time, and it was just the thing to do in the summer is to go to Lake Okoboji. And so we just have a lot of memories there, just ourselves, and as we started raising our kids and bringing them there. So it was neat to come back to the place, to the exact location that we got married.
Right, I remember even having a conversation at that exact location about, okay, I think this is the place like I want to get married to someday, and that's kind of the moment that our relationship took just like that next step. So this is where we set up all the chairs and set our vows right between those two trees with a gorgeous backdrop and all of our friends and family. And so having the kids with us and driving up was super exciting. So we drove them up into the state park and parked, and they were so excited to know what we were doing, where we were going. And so we explained to them that this location is super special to Mommy and Daddy. And this is the place where we got married and told each other that we love each other and want to spend the rest of our lives together. And so they were excited. They hopped out of the vehicle, were running around, checking out everything, asking lots of questions. And a couple of our kids had been there before, but it was the first time for Oakland, and so he had so many questions about the place. This is also the location of where we had our reception. So we got married right outside on the lake and walked inside and celebrated with our close family and friends.
Yeah, and it just was a beautiful night. It was early June because our anniversary is June 11. And we spent our time outside. The lodge that we had the reception in was locked up, so we weren't able to go in there and see it.
So these are the doors that my dad walked me down the aisle out of, all the way to the end, where I saw Danny, who was crying. Right, babe?
But we just walked around and we looked in all the windows and said this is the exact place where Mommy and Daddy said our vows together. And Oakland even asked, what are vows?
Yeah.
And so we explained what that is and how that's a promise that we make to each other.
Mm-hmm. We also shared with them that obviously Mommy and Daddy fell in love through music. We met over 10 years ago when we led worship at a Christian music festival, and Danny reached out to me and started talking, and we hit it off from there. And our relationship went pretty fast because we just knew. And so telling our kids about our love story and then also sharing about how on our wedding day, we sang a song to each other and surprised each other and our family. And it's something we'll never forget, just being right in front of the lake where we held so many memories, telling each other how much we love each other. And then this weekend, taking our kids back there and just talking to them about what commitment is and what being a family is all about. And so we did that, and then we decided we're going to take the kids down to the lake because when Danny and I ended our reception, one thing I knew I always wanted to do was drive up on a boat, because who gets to drive up on a boat on their wedding day? And so we took the kids down to the dock and showed them where we drove off. So on top of taking our kids to show them where we got married, we actually drove down the street just a few blocks where we took them to Danny and Kansas Avenue. And ironically, we did not know anything about this street when we got married. It's actually an intersection, the streets cross each other. How cool is that? Taking our kids there, they couldn't believe it either. It was super fun. Even though most of the weekend was spent with our kids, we did get some time away to go on a date, and I think it was maybe one of the highlights that we had because we were able to spend one-on-one time together.
Yeah, we went out to a nice restaurant which is right by the lake, and then right on the other side was a band that was playing live, and it just was the perfect atmosphere. It was a perfect temperature out. It was so relaxing. The food was great, and it was just good to have a conversation that was uninterrupted.
Right, that's very, very rare. And even just to be able to talk one-on-one with each other about where God has taken us over the last 10 years and where He's going to continue to take us. Just reminiscing about the ups and the downs, having kids, just all the changes we've been through, and really just dreaming about where God's going to take us, the plan for our family. I mean, we are so blessed. We have 5 beautiful children that we get to celebrate these 10 years with, and that honestly was the best part for me, I think, this weekend. I would say that the highlight of my weekend was taking a late night boat ride with the kids. When the sun was setting, they were all in their jammies, and we were just spending time as a family. And that's one thing we've learned. Like, it doesn't take an extravagant trip or expensive things. It's just about the quiet moments as a family where you can just giggle and laugh and snuggle and just watch the sunset. And that's what I think I want to remember years from now when I look back at our 10-year anniversary and what really mattered. It's the family time, the time that we get to spend together, and for our kids to see that mommy and daddy love us and they want to spend time with us, but they also want to invest in each other, and their marriage is a priority because we want that for them someday.
Yeah, and it was just great to dream and talk about the future. If we look back 10 years ago, I don't think we ever would have thought our family would be like exactly
Never.
how it is, and how God has put children into our lives. And so we're excited for these next 10 years that we don't know what God's plan is for our lives, but we know that we will follow Him and be obedient to Him, and we're excited for what God will continue to do with us.
Exactly. I mean, it's exciting, it's scary all at the same time, but hey, we're in this together.
Yeah.